To get to the second boss, you have to go through a hidden path down to a bunch of doggies in cages. Doggies, yay! Only not yay because these doggies are bastards. They are not for petting. Instead, they are for slicing. Seriously though, I hate these fucking dogs. They are by far the most annoying enemy in the game. Fast, but thankfully the gun works really well. You also come across an old lady living in this little hut. That's actually a side quest we aren't going into. The old lady is one of quite a few characters in Bloodborne. While there are quite a few characters, they aren't very prominent and don't affect the events of the story at all. They mostly exist to give you insight, into the fucked up state of Yharnam. They also tend to reward you with some decent items, but completing these quests are very difficult, mostly because of their cryptic nature. You're never told directly how to complete these quests, which fits perfectly well with the themes of Bloodborne, and I personally like it a lot more. See, the Souls series is one of those types of games that have a very indirect narrative. Nothing is ever directly stated to you. Most, if not everything you learn about the world will come from item descriptions and such. I love this kind of storytelling because it never feels like you're being led by the nose. There's no mini-map, there's no quest arrow, there's no mission objectives, none of that AAA horse shit. You have no idea who you are, where you're going, or what you're even doing, and you're not supposed to know. There are things happening that are far beyond your understanding. It's what makes Bloodborne super interesting and also super terrifying, because you have no idea what's coming next, and it's great.
Too proud to show your true face, eh?
Most of the time, anyways. If you ask me, I think this is where the misconception that Bloodborne is hard comes from. Bloodborne doesn't spell shit out for you, and Bloodborne actually punishes you for your mistakes, two things that, the standard games don't exactly do too often. I hate to come off like a From Software fanboy, because I'm not. Fuck From Software fanboys. In terms of terrible fan bases, the Souls fanboys definitely rank up there with some of the worst. And yes, I'm well aware that most fan bases are like this, but the Souls community, man. They make the Sonic fan base look good.
Why do we need Sonic Adventure 3? Why do we need another boost to win title? Why do we need all that? Can't we have a 3D environment classic Sonic game for crying out freaking loud? You guys killed the Sonic series. All you freaking fan freaks and your freaking fantasies spewed out at you by freaking Paul Merchant. I'm tired of all you freaks.
Oh god, on second thought, never mind. Hey, fuck, can someone tell me what the fuck we were just talking about? See, this is why Bloodborne is so hard to review, because of the sheer amount of stuff that's in it. It's been difficult to have a central focus while also making it entertaining. The best I can hope for is to push forward without being redundant. That being said, without further ado, so after you make a lovely stroll through the sewer and kill some, what I can only assume are zombie turd monsters, and then climb a big ladder. You know what, that's funny, that's also something you do a lot. Yharnam has a shitload of ladders, what the fuck is up with that? This isn't Bloodborne. This is ladder climbing, the video game. Sorry. So after performing some acrobatics, you scale some stairs, and this is where you meet the Father.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Oh boy, Father Gascoine. I've heard stories about people who quit Bloodborne because they couldn't beat this guy, and I don't entirely blame them. Father Guatemala in Chips represents one of the biggest jumps in difficulty in Bloodborne. He's nothing like the Cleric Beast, he's much harder to hit and his attacks are much faster. Just in case that's not enough, he's the first multi-stage boss you come across. Father Gascoine has 3 stages to his boss fight. At stage 1 he has his normal axe and gun. Stage 2 is when he extends the axe. And at stage 3, this happens. Holy shit, well, I'm terrified.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it seems to me it's enough to make a man sick.
See, when you get the boss's health down to a certain point, they change stages. When they change stages, all of their attacks change. And when their attacks change, your parry timings and dodges have to change as well. Contrary to what you might think, his third stage is actually a lot easier than his first two stages. In his first two stages, it feels a lot more like a duel between equals. But at his third stage, his attacks are a lot slower and easier to predict. Sure, he still hits harder than a runaway semi-truck, but his moveset is a lot more limited and he's not as unpredictable as he used to be. All you really have to worry about is not being comboed to death. And there you go, that's the second boss fight. Father Gastrointestinal Bypass definitely is a difficult boss, mostly because he's another hunter, just like you. But he's very well designed, and as a result is very fun to fight. The best advice I could give for this fight is don't get discouraged if he pushes your shit in a few times. That's just going to happen. It's a duel between equals, remember. And if you're really struggling, it's pretty easy to get him stuck on the gravestones to where you can hit him and he can't hit you back. But the best bit of advice I could give you is just really learn how to dodge. This boss will destroy you if you can't dodge worth a shit. Oh, and don't forget you can level up. Level up your weapons, level up your stats, and you'll beat him. Eventually. Hopefully.